Yo guys, what's up, it's Krypz, and today I'm going to be showing you all how you can improve your fashion sets with the Lucky Pants exotic. Now I will be covering both the normal look as well as the deep pockets ornament, so I will leave a timestamp on screen right now if you just want to skip ahead. But yeah, don't worry if you're new to the game, as I will be showing a bunch of alternatives which are obtainable right now. So if you do find this video useful, then please drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, it's time to get straight into the exotic. So as you can see, this is a set I made with the normal boots. Now I went with more scavenged pieces to match the scuff look of the boots, and also with Horizons Beyond to give the armor more of a worn down look, and also to incorporate some brown to match the leather straps. Now if you didn't know, these leather straps are not shadable, as well as the white marks on these boots here. Now the only way you can actually hide these marks is if you go with a full white shader, although the leather straps will still be visible. Now you also want to be mindful of how you transition the boots into the chest plate. As you can see, what I've done here is match the lining going down. Now you won't be able to match the texture, as not many pieces have the same texture as what's on the thigh here, but as you can see, when I change shaders it does match down the middle, and then the outer side it also stays the same. Now this one happened with most shaders, as with Grand Luster here it does clash in colour, so in most sets it might be really dependent on what shader you're using. Now I will be going over each piece in this set here, but if you want to skip ahead to the alternatives, then I will leave a timestamp on screen. So starting off, I used the Shadow's Mask from the Kronosaurus raid. Has a very nice menacing look, especially with a lot of cloaks casting a nice shadow over the face. Now for the arms, I used the Siegebreak arms from the Season of Arrivals. Now I actually chose this because it's the little data pad. It can be used as somewhat of a bounty tracker. That's sort of the idea I wanted to create with the set. Then the chestplate here is the Scorned Hunter vest, and also the Scorned Hunter cloak. Pieces I'd highly recommend using. The whole set is very nice and was from the Red War campaign. Now as for some alternative armor pieces, I'm going to start with pieces for newer players. So if you're new to the game, there's actually been some sets that have been reintroduced into the world pool, one of these being the Prodigal. As you can see on this entire set, it has a nice scavenged look, although the only issue really is the texture from the boots to the chest. It isn't too bad, but can easily be disguised by some shaders. And another set that was reintroduced into World Drops was the Tangled Web. Now both these sets are really good with these boots because they have quite a worn down look to them, helping to match with their scuff look. Now these pieces will particularly look good when you start pairing them together. As you could see, I went ahead and used the Prodigal helmet and vest, and then the Tangled Web grips and cloak. Now if you haven't already, go ahead and purchase the shader bundle in the Eververse archive. It only costs Glimmer and includes a whole bunch of shaders from year 1. Now from this bundle, a shader that looks really good with these pieces in particular is the Cenevex Chrome, because of the rusted look it gives. And there's also some other shaders in this bundle which are really good. Mainly being Metro Shift and Golden Trace if you wanted more of a darker look. Now I would also keep an eye out for Jur, as he's been selling some armor pieces which are no longer obtainable. One of the sets that are meant to be coming at some point is the Opulent Stalker. As you could see, looks very nice paired with the Lucky Pants and also Golden Trace. If you do see this set being sold by Jur, then I would definitely say go ahead and pick this one up. And there are some sets I'd also recommend from the Eververse archive. These sets being the Intrepid Discovery as well as the Lux set. Now I actually have two sets from my Discord which use both of these sets. The first one being from Hinra using the Intrepid Discovery, and as you could see, the chest and arms can work really well with these boots here. And then the other Discord set was from Mantis using the Lux set, specifically just the chest here. It is a nice piece, but if you do want some more like plating in your set, then you could use the helmet as well as the arms. They won't look that bad. However, if you do try and incorporate these pieces, then I would recommend going with a shader that would scuff them up a little. And some final alternatives I want to show you all. So we have the Iron Forerunner mask. Like I showed you all recently in a video, you can make a really nice faceless look with this. And this is also great because it comes from the Iron Banner. Then there's also the Scaring Corvus from the Festival of the Lost. I'd highly recommend this one if you're looking to create like a bounty hunter look. This looks really awesome, especially with Abyssinian Gold. And also don't underestimate any of the blue or white pieces in the game. These are very good, especially the Shadow Spectre. I also found this look pretty cool for like a Taskmaster set. And also these common helmets like the Wastelander. I also found this one to look really cool with different shaders, especially ones like Vintage Timber creating like a pulsating look on the eye. Then there's also the Outlander's Heart rare item. Now this can look really cool when paired properly with these boots. As you can see with Abyssinian Gold, it can look really nice. Now there is also the Icarus Drifter vest from Legendary Engrams. The only issue is this unshadable yellow on the collar here, but this isn't too bad. Displaying the Hunter logo on the belt here, it does have a little bit of clipping but could still look pretty good in a set. As you can see from X White Devil X in my Discord server, this set looks really nice, using some nice browns and also using the Dreambane cloak mixed in with the Icarus Drifter vest. I think this is a great example of how you can use it in a set. And then as for some alternative cloaks, one of the best is the Memory of Cade, as this is simply just from Legendary Engrams, one of the nicest looking cloaks, although it does have an unshadable white. But this is really nice for a lot of looks, especially if you're trying to like really show off your helmet. This does show off quite nicely. And another great cloak that is obtainable through Legendary Engrams as well is the Holdfast. This isn't too bad, although personally I prefer the Memory of Cade. So yeah, they are pretty much some great alternatives I wanted to show you all. I'm now going to be going over the Deep Pockets ornament. And you will notice with this ornament there's going to be a lot more pieces you can incorporate because it is a much cleaner look. So here's a set I made with the Deep Pockets ornament. Now you can actually get this ornament right now from the Eververse archive for 600 silver, and like I mentioned, you could pair a lot better pieces with these boots as it didn't have that scuffed look at all. Comparing it to the original, it literally is a much more improved version with much finer leather. Now you will find with this ornament that these leather straps are still not shadeable, but the rest of the boots here will shader. Now as for the pieces I used in this set, I used the Iron Fellowship cask, which was from the Iron Banner. Now this set could return in the future. Then for the arms I used the Contender Grips from the Guardian Games Eververse. Then the chestplate here is the Vest of the Great Hunt from the Last Wish raid. And then the cloak is the Gaturia cloak from the Season of the Splicer Eververse. And then the shader that goes over the entire set is Rustberry, which can sometimes be sold in the Brighter store. Now something I highly recommend doing if you do have these boots ornaments is pairing it with the Vest of the Great Hunt. With some shaders here, as you could see, you could create a really nice transition between the chest and the boots. So what this shader pretty much did was create a leather look going under the under armour, leading into the boots and then creating a white look down the middle. I think it's overall a really nice look and flows extremely well together. Now for some alternative pieces, you could pair the Lux set, and this is currently in the Eververse archive. Now if you did pick up the Contender, you could also switch out the helmet for this one. I actually think this is better than the Lux. The only problem is that this one is currently not obtainable. Now if you want a helmet you can obtain right now, then I'd recommend the Mask of the Great Hunt, especially when paired with the right cloak. It can look so much better, and I recommend if you do have access to Last Wish raid, pretty much just picking up the entire Great Hunt set. Now I do want to show Holdfast again, as these can work in lighter sets as you can see here. So with a cleaner look, I think this looks much better. And some other arms which were reintroduced into world drops were the Road Complex. I actually quite like these because they have a nice slim look. Now although it doesn't look the best in my set here, if you do change up the chest plate for something a little slimmer or with less plating, then I could see these working. And they also have this really nice dagger design on the elbow here, so I imagine a lot of people may like this. So now moving on, an alternative chest plate you could use is the Braid Tech Combat Vest. Now unfortunately this set is currently no longer obtainable, however it does show in collections that Zhou will sell it at some point during this season. Now as you can see from the design, it has a really nice cloth piece going over the chest. Now this flows extremely well when you pair it with a cloth cloak as well. Now a set from my Discord server used this perfectly, and this was from Shrigma Mail. As you could see, they use some really nice desert colours in this set, and this is sort of what you want to try and do with the vest if you do pair it with this exotic. And another chest plate I'd recommend is the Exodus Down. This is simply from Nessa's packages, but unfortunately it has an unshadable yellow. Now a great shade I found that pairs very well is the Continuum Alloy, as it does help blend this yellow out. And then some final cloaks if you do have them. There's the Solstice Rekindled from the Solstice 2018, but if you want something that's obtainable, the closest thing is the Reverie Dawn, which is from the Shattered Throne Dungeon. There's also the A Cloak Called Home from Legendary Engrams, and also don't forget about the Memory of Cade like I mentioned earlier. And for any of you wanting a nice hoodless cloak, then I would recommend the Gaturia. Now this is set to return next season into the Eververse archive, but if you want an alternative for now, then I would say the Lux cloak is a great alternative. And if you don't mind your cloak being quite torn, then you could also use the Wild Hunt cloak. And to end off the video, I want to show you one final set from my Discord, and this is from Marvo. As you could see, a really nice blend of different armor and shaders, specifically like the use of the Inside Rover helmet here. And if you don't know, the Inside Rover pieces can also work pretty well with these exotic boots. This set can drop from ledge to engrams. Now if you were to use an all cloth set, then I would highly recommend the vest, although the arms can work in many sets as well. And yeah, overall it's just a really nice set, a very smart choice of different shaders, and it's just a great use of Icarus Drifter with these exotic boots. So yeah, they're pretty much all the sets and alternative pieces I wanted to show you all with the Lucky Pants. I try my best to include as many obtainable pieces as possible, as I know there is a lot of new players coming into this game. But yeah, if you did find this video useful, then please drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Also go ahead and check out my videos showing the new seasonal ornaments. So yeah, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching and for the incredible support recently. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.